All right, let's start it then. I want to congratulate you with the release of the Magic album. Can you tell me a bit about the release? Because I understood that it was waiting a long time before we got to this point.
Oh yes, it's magic that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's the title of the. Although there is a song on it called Magic, that the album name was really influenced by the 27 years distance between the recording and the final release. So for us, it is still, we cannot believe that it's really happening one day. So it was a long time.
Yeah, okay. Because I was reading that you met with all the members like 5 years ago in 2019. Can you
Yeah.
take me what happened in those 5 years? Uh,
Okay. Okay. So after nearly 20 years, I had invited three of the guys to my birthday party. And the fourth, our keyboard at that time, we had no trace, no phone number, nothing. So the three came up and then they gifted me a
ah,
photo album, okay, like that. So with old pictures and so on. And so we had so much fun that evening that we said, okay, if we can find the fifth guy, so Frank, then we give it a try and want to make one or two sessions. So we really found Frank after a month or so. And then we went to my brother-in-law's place, very small, very rough equipment, not much. Yeah, so a minimum drum set and a keyboard and so on, and we played and it worked. So then we said, "Oh, that's fun." So we tried again. So made a second session, and then we decided, "Okay, let's go on. We need to look for a practicing room." Okay, so that took a while until May the next year. So since then, we have a very nice studio. It's 70 square meters. We have an indoor stage for us. Yeah, so it's my hobby in a way. Okay, so and then we started. Yeah, so it took us half a year until December that same year. We played for the first time after whatever, when was it? Yeah, 22 years. Yeah. So that was practically an in-house gig. We had 80 guests and played and had a lot of fun. And then came Corona. So just when we were ready to start, Corona kicked in, and the keyboarder, Frank, he got Corona blues, sort of. He has a psychological problem. He says he is totally stressed when he thinks in the morning that he has to go for the practicing room at night. He says, I'm sweating, I'm panicking. So he could not continue. Okay. So then we could not find any keyboarder for the next 2 years. Um, we played with a sequencer so that so when we could go in the room again. So 1 year was practically nothing. We just exchanged ideas by files for digital workstations. So Cubase, I don't know if you know the program. So we exchanged compositions and ideas and so on, but no way to have a keyboarder. And then after a while, I stumbled over Christian. Christian Modek was our first keyboard, and he had left the band first because of his profession, so he had to travel to Asia and many other places. So he was the first one leaving the band, and he came back after the first call. So I just looked in the internet and I found him, and I called him and I said, "Hey, some greetings from the past. What are you doing?" "Yeah, I'm sitting here, play a little bit of guitar. Yeah, and well, something new would be nice." I said, "Well, come to the practicing room and let's have a start." And since then, we practically trained all the old songs from the Magic CD. And we already went to the studio and recorded 9 new songs.
Okay.
So we need another 1 or 2 songs to finish it, because it was, of course, for us very important to find out, can we create new songs? So playing just the old songs, that would be like a cover band. So of course we want to be us. So, and I think what we did and what we recorded is according to the people who listen to it so far, they say, okay, it is Voyager, and it is at the same level than the Magic album. Okay, so we're gonna release that album end of this year or next year. Although it is nearly ready, the work around releasing a CD is we did never imagine how much time it would cost to promote the music. So currently we have less time for the music itself.
Yeah, can imagine that. That's all. But you are in favor with the internet times, where promotion is a little bit easier than back in the days, I can imagine. So
yeah, that has pros and cons, So the problem for us, none of us had a social media account a year ago. None of us. Okay. Practically everybody said, no, I don't want to have Facebook, no WhatsApp, no this, no that, no Instagram, oh, TikTok, no.
I'm with you on that one.
So really, we have an extreme steep learning curve at the time, now in the last year, about social media. So we were practically starting from scratch. We knew it would be inevitable for us to do it, but only 2 of us participate. This is Jörg, our bass player. He's doing all the administration of that stuff. And it's me. I'm following what's going on and so on. So, but the other ones still, they don't know what's going on Facebook or Instagram. So it's like, please no. And of course, this media platforms give you a certain reach, but to make the point in the millions of dots every day is extremely difficult. Yeah. So it has advantages, but also disadvantages. Because competition is worldwide. And in old times we were just limited to South Germany, and that was a little bit different. Can I interrupt a second? I need to have a water.
Yeah.
So I'm back. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's continue then.
Yeah.
I was looking a little bit at the songs of the album, and I was wondering if you could share a little bit of insight about these. And I think the first one I found in the album that I found got my attention is the song "Hypnotize You." Can you tell me a little bit about this track?
Okay, "Hypnotize You" is in a way special, as we really constructed it that way. It is okay. So we had the hook line, hypnotize you, paralyze you, and so on. And then we said, okay, how can we transport this message? So we need to have a monotonous rhythm, but it should still be in a way attractive. And it must have some impact. And the song, the content of the song is the influence of the media we were just discussing, but not only. We are influenced every day by thousands of different things. And the frequency at the time when the song was created leveled up from public TV stations that were 3 at that time, channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. And then suddenly in the 90s, the private TV stations came up. So, and then with that point, all this advertising thing started. So you are advertised. You're totally advertised through any aspect of your life. Yeah, that is something which started in the 90s, and it's now even more. You can practically not even look your your Prime TV streaming service without having advertising most of the time. So that's one thing. The other thing is, of course, politics are influencing us. So when there is a war or a revolution or whatever things can happen, it changes your life. Yeah? So you are influenced by all these outside worlds things. You think you are free, but you're not. Yeah? So practically you are in a certain channel where you can navigate, but that's it. You cannot really break out. And this is sort of a remote control thing. Yeah? And that's the main message we wanted to transport with that thing. So get distracted. Yeah, so games and sports and you name it. Yeah, and live your life, but don't ask too many questions.
Good message for somebody who has to do some interview.
Yeah, cool. But I did not mean this one.
Well, you also released a lyric video for this track. Do you intend to release a little bit more like videos also?
We had to learn about this video stuff first. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, and Hypnotize You, what do you think about the video? I'm interested because I want to know it.
I found it interesting. Some parts I thought maybe AI generated, but I'm not completely sure. I think I watched it 2 times, the video.
You really talk about Hypnotize You?
Yeah.
Well, not about the Janice face. Okay, to make sure. Okay. No, this video is created by Jörg and me. So for some reason, Jörg started because he's a teacher and gets several trainings because he's responsible for all the IT for these schools. So he needs to know the tools and so on and so on.
Oh, yeah.
So he got attracted by a tool, which is DaVinci Resolve.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great video tool, but then it didn't work in this computer anymore, so we switched to Magic. So, and then he started to create a video and for Hypnotize You, just as a test. And then he passed it on to me, and I did all the corrections about the timing and so on and this and that. But the pictures itself are so-called stock videos.
Ah, yeah.
So you can go to a portal, it and pay your $20 a month, and then you can download moving pictures. Yeah. And what we did is to combine these to that video. Yeah. So there is no active camera from our side. So it was all stock videos which are combined to create that input. Of course, we could have added sports and many other things, but what we wanted to achieve is that people go into it and that they get more and more and more, and it's okay if they don't know what they have seen at the end. That's because we want to confuse them. Yeah. So get hypnotized and do what the outside world or people or leaders or whatever are telling you to do. That is the thing behind that. So we learned a lot about how videos work. The other video, the Janice face, that was a different story. So that was after we had started that one video, we realized we need professional support. And then we contacted an American, and that guy created the video for Janice face. So this is a so-called computer graphics generated thing. And this one, some people, we don't know. So the guy's called Wayne Joyner. So Wayne did not reveal which tools he used to create it. Yeah? But it has a good impact. So we like that very much. So the first draft he made, we accepted. There was just one single small mistake, which was corrected, and that was it. So that was easy. So if we do our video ourselves, it's always 2 months. Mm. Yeah, and you could never, because there's always someone, yeah, we could do this or that. Oh no, that is a little bit boring. Yeah, and then the guy who is doing it, in this case it's me and also Jörg, we have the burden to change it 100 times. So for the next single, we also created that video, but this one has real film footage. So there was a director filming some of the scenes and so on. And that one will be for the Walk on the Deadline single. Yeah? But I tell you, it's not ready yet, and we have 2 weeks left.
Well, you know what you'll be doing in the weekend.
It's really, it costs a lot of time. So we decided that's the last we do ourselves. Right? At least then the next time we need someone who is covering the film and so on. So we add our parts. But this is why I say we now need a little bit of time to focus on music again after the release of the album before we start a new video adventure.
Can imagine. Can you tell me a little bit about the track? I noticed it was the first single, and I found it was a very powerful track. What was behind it? I mean, the title was quite obvious, maybe, but
so it's good. Our feedback for that song is that the intention I had for the song is coming through. Okay, so there must be a certain intensity to the song. So Janice Face initially did have a different name and a different chorus. And the story is a little bit longer because it's really personal. So one day I was maybe around 20. My father, who worked for a big pharmaceutical company, for a Switzerland company called Sandoz, today that's Novartis. And he said, well, tonight there is a presentation from some of our scientists and so on, and they want to present the results they have treating schizophrenia with a drug called lysergsorodiethylamide, means LSD. And I heard LSD and I said, okay, I'm interested. I'm coming with you. I wanted to know that because that was the first really powerful acid drug existing. Okay. So, and I said, treating patients. So this thing makes crazy and they treat crazy people. Okay. Sometimes poison is health. Okay. Then I went there. And okay, there were some drinks and some talks and some presentations, and then they showed the film. That was maybe a 15-minute film, but it was a total horror. It was unimaginable intense what they had made. So they had tried to express what these people feel when they have an attack. Okay? So, and in the middle of the film, I had a sort of a flashback to my own youth when I was about 10. I had extreme, colorful, and cruel dreams about monsters coming after me, and I want to run away, but I'm like in a swamp. I never can escape, but they never catch me, because at the moment, just before they catch me, I wake up, and I'm full of sweat. So, and then after that film, after the day, for 1 or 2 days, I was really in that loop, and thought to myself, what would have happened if these dreams would not have ended at night, but if they would extend themselves into the day? So, and because it was running in my head, the treatment for that thing is I write it down. Yeah? So if I have something which I'm really crunching all the time, I write it down, and then I can lay it down and can forget it. Okay, so because I was already a singer at that time, I wrote it down in form of the verses, and I had a flow. That complete thing was maybe created in 2 hours. Yeah? So I wrote it in English as it is today. And if you really careful listen, this is not really a rhyme. Yeah? It's different. Yeah? So, okay. I put the text, and the song, by the way, was called at that time, I Woke Up in the Morning. Okay, that was because that was the story. So I put it to the pile of the other lyrics I have because, I collect them, I write down ideas and so on and so on. And some years later, I come to the practicing room and the others play that tune, is the little, yeah, and I go to the lyrics and I not look at it, and I'm listening and I'm reading it and I'm singing it. And the song was born, was called I Woke Up in the Morning. So then again, years later, we went to the studio. So we recorded the songs and so on. And for that song, I said, it's not working. That chorus is not working. It has no intensity. It is just, I woke up in the morning, da 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 dee 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 da da, something like that. I forgot that. So I went home, and for 1 or 2 weeks, I was thinking over it to find the right words. And then I wrote them down, went to the studio and recorded it in one take. Yeah? And then with that hide it and so on, I got the intensity I wanted. That was one thing. So, and then lately we said, what's the name of the song? So we said, okay, hide it is not what we want to say. Yeah. So we want to say that there can be two worlds within one person, which come up from time to time. And of course, the most important thing for that person is to try to suppress that. Yeah. So that is not coming out. A real cycle sort of story. And so we named it Janice Face. So the person who has two faces. So long story for that song, but I think it was worth changing it because the other chorus just would have ruined the rest. That happens. Yeah, so sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes minutes. Depends what the imagination is bringing at that moment.
Yeah, makes sense. If you look at the album as a whole, what element is for you the thing that ties all of the songs together?
Yeah, and I must now say what I heard because I don't want to be too good to myself. So the voice, of course, is the bracket. Yeah, but is typical is also the guitar. Yeah, so Stefan, because he's not playing a typical rhythm guitar. This is how would I say, a hybrid between rhythm and solo all the time. So he is just giving the accents all the time. Yeah, it's a very special guitar, so it's very significant. And of course, we always need that sound, which is created by the keyboards. And Jörg and Peter, the drummer, they do a great job in sort of playing the rhythm section. And it also, what I hear, the feedback now, because we get some recensions about the album already. Seems to be significant that the drums are always also a little bit special. Yeah, so we have our sound, and yesterday a guy came to our practicing room. We work with him for the light shows in future. So he said, I didn't listen to you for 25 years, but I'm now 1990. When I was touring with you, you still can play the old songs and the new ones sound adequate to the old ones. So it's the Voyager-X package.
Cool. Thank you very much. I have no further questions. Do you have any message you want to share with the world, or?
Of course, listen to our album. I hope you enjoy it. There are some specific things on the album which are a little bit special, especially I personally love You Crossed My Way, because that's a slow song, which is a little bit unusual for us, but it's a waltz and a 4x4 at the same time. And so for musicians, they might wondering what's coming after chorus number 2. Yeah, so enjoy the album. Best you download it, or you buy the physical CD, and we hope to see you one time in one of our shows.
All right. Thank you for
Thank you,
your words.
Thank you, Sabine.